My name is Temidaya. I'm from USA Baptist Secondary School. My question is, what was the Old Oyo Empire leader Alafin doing when the British invaded Lagos?
That is one. So there's another young, okay.
Thank you all. My name is Rebecca Sylvester from Greenfield Comprehensive School. And my question is, was Lagos the first British colony in Africa? In essence, was Lagos the first place to be invaded by the British in Africa?
Make it short, Johnny.
My name is Ulujobi, and my name is Ulujobi, and I'm sure he's quite surprised why I said I should fall under the youth, because that's actually what I am. I'm a youth. A few days back, I came across a treasured possession, and that was a book written by JFA Ajani. That's Christian missionaries in Nigeria. And I was quite surprised that we had such books. That shows how young I am. And due to my curiosity, I felt I should send an email to the professor. We want to go online and discover that he died in 2014, which was really sad. So today's presentation, you did mention the bombardment of Lagos, and Lagos was under the Benin Empire. In the same, I believe Abeokuta should be under Benin Empire also during that time. Abeokuta wasn't. Okay then. An incident happened, which was Ifole, forgive my pronunciation, Ifole was breaking of houses. Ifole. Yeah, when that incident happened, it happened after the bombardment of Lagos. Why did the Benin Empire seize on that opportunity on making an alliance with Abeokuta, if possible, to progress and regain occupied territories within their empire? That's my first question. Then my second question, you did mention 1914, which is the come together of the Northern and Southern Protectorate. And the person who represented the British Empire said it wasn't to make Nigeria one, it was to save the cost of governance. And yet today, under the same one Nigeria, we're complaining of the cost of governance. So what now happens? What is the difference between the cost of governance then and the cost of governance now? So that's my second question. Then my third question, our final question is, Lagos has played a significant role in Nigerian political history. And most of our early political parties were founded in Lagos. But why is it, and this question was generated by a friend of mine who asked me yesterday when he saw me reading the book I just earlier mentioned. Why is it that with such role Lagos played in Nigeria's democracy, why is it our politics today dominated by the Northerners? I have no issue with the Northerners. I myself am a Northerner. But why is it that it's the Northerners that are dominating the political history? So what happened that Lagos lost its grip? Even though I hear they say echo federal, but we know that you can't rule out the fact of Northern dominance. So these are my questions.
All right, thank you. And for political parties in Nigeria, and of course, Nigeria political and constitutional development. Why is it that today Nigerian politics is dominated by the North? In the 1950s, the manner in which the British created the provinces gave due advantages to the North to have more members in Parliament than the South. You know, you have the North as one block, then you have the West, and of course the East. And that was how independence was regained in 1960, which ensured that the North had more members in Parliament than the South. And eventually, Tafawa Balewa, APC, Northern Coast Congress, an alliance with SSC, took over leadership. But that was not the main issue. The North, while Nigeria was busy, while Lagos, let me use Lagos, while Lagos was busy fighting for Nigerianization, let us become Nigerians, let us put this upon Nigeria, the North was carefully planning what we call Northernization policy. The North was not concerned about Nigeria as one. The North was concerned about Northernization policy of its own. And therefore, they were deliberately preparing themselves in the military, in the civil service, or whatever, to be comfortable in the North in the event of any breakup of the amalgamation between the North and the South. And when the coup started in 1966 and continued, the North began to dominate. And they are the ones that created states, they are the ones that appointed whoever they appointed, they are the ones who began to influence Nigerian politics. That is why today the Northerners believe that power is their right. And of course, it's just the population that has given them a kind of advantage, and of course, their involvement in the military. I'm just trying to summarize. The 1851 bombardment, when that bombardment took place, there was no formal political control over Lagos. Oba was the king of Benin at the time of the bombardment of Lagos in 1851. And from the information about the book I read by Richard Bolton, which was published in 1862 or 61, shows that the Oba was aware, Oba of Benin was aware of the bombardment, but that the king was not removed. So the information which got to the Oba of Benin is that, look, the Oba of Lagos is still there, the throne is still there, but that it was these European traders that just created some problems and everything was in order. That is why Benin did not go into alliance with any Yoruba group to fight the British. You also realize that the Ekpaland, of course, the immediate hinterland of Lagos is Ekpaland, which is Ogun State. Benin would have been able to enter into alliance with Ekpaland, but that area, was facing a major threat from Dahomey. Dahomey was expanding towards Oyo Empire, while Oyo Empire was also expanding towards Dahomey. And so there was this clash between the expansion of Oyo Empire into Dahomey, and Dahomey intended to expand into Ekpaland. But of course, Oyo was able to push off the Dahomey and secured Ekpaland. I'm sure Benin did not want to breach the agreement, because Benin Empire entered into agreement with Oyo to define and demarcate the territories of both empires. So Benin didn't want to interfere by asking Ekpaland to support its military attack on